Hello, this is wmpyr here to run you guys through the basics of training. Okay, so the first idea is that in Filipino martial arts, when you start off with a stick, there's two types of attacks that you're going to be doing. One is slashing and one is stabbing. Okay, two general attacks. So slash versus a stab. Okay, now when you practice these, what I want you guys to do is make sure that you fully commit and put your whole body into those. All right. You may not in the very beginning, because in the beginning you maybe just practicing control and just moving your arm that way, which you may not be used to. But as you get better, you start putting your body into it. And what I want is for you to ultimately put your whole body in there. So right now I'm indoors, so I can't do it. But I want you guys to go outside and make sure you got plenty of room. Make sure that you're not going to accidentally hit your dog or something, okay? And fully commit to the motion, okay? So that means you have to do the full follow through. So it goes boom and it goes all the way. You don't have to swing at 110% because that's rough on the body, but make sure that you go all the way, all the way, all the way with your swings, which is your slashes, okay? Now, it may seem like a big motion because it is, and you might start going, well, in combat, isn't that a bad thing to do big motions like that? And some people will tell you, yeah, in real life, that's like doing a haymaker, and those don't work. And that's wrong, okay? It's just a tool. It depends on how you use it. But you need to practice it to learn the body mechanics. It's not good to be so critical, especially at this point right now. You just want to be learning that big motion to get the proper body mechanics down. To me, someone who criticizes that is kind of like a guy who does Taekwondo, typical Taekwondo. And I don't mean to put Taekwondo down, okay, because I've met plenty of Taekwondo guys that kick my butt in a heartbeat. Really good guys, you know. But the typical Taekwondo guy who sees a Thai boxer and goes, those kicks are really big motions. That's not going to land. That's not going to work in a real fight. I can see it from a mile away. Wait till you fight the guy, okay? So it's kind of the same idea there. It looks like big, huge motions, and you go, that would never work. Well, it depends. It really depends. So don't be so quick to judge and be so critical. Train first, make sure you understand it, okay? So big motions, I'm telling you, start with that. Next is the stabbing. Stabbing is the same idea, okay? Imagine that you're going to spar with with an opponent, right? And you're going to find out real fast that the person with the longer weapon is going to have the advantage. Now imagine that both of your weapons is the same length, okay? And both of you same size, okay? So one isn't a lot taller, so there's no reach advantage. You're both the same, and the weapon's the same, okay? So then the person with the technique who stabs like this, okay, versus the person who stabs like this, okay? The person who stabs like this is going to have the advantage because they have more reach, okay? So please keep that in mind, and same idea, fully commit, put your whole body into it, and practice your stabs, you know, like that, okay? Practice putting everything into it, not just stab like this, okay? Don't just practice pokes. That's what this is. This is a poke. So make sure you practice a full-blown thrust, a thrust attack, okay? So same with the slashes. What I'm telling you is put the whole body into it so you learn how to do that. And then in combat, you're going to adjust anyway. You're going to adjust and you go, oh, you know what? I'm not going to do a full swing. I'll just stop it to right here. And that's okay. But if you don't know how to do the full motion, then you're very limited in your arsenal. Your body mechanics will be poor, you know. So that's why I'm saying make sure you do that. Now, after I say all of this, and I don't want to confuse you guys, but when I watch the Filipino teachers over in the Philippines that have been doing it like, you know, 2 to 3 times longer than I have, when I look at those guys, what I see is they're not doing these huge motions and huge stabs. Now keep in mind, they are older. So the younger guys, yes, Yes, I do see that. Okay. But these older teachers in the Philippines over there, what I see is a lot of this kind of motion. Okay. So this and this, when you look carefully, when you examine the technique carefully, what is this? It's partially a slash and it's partially a stab. So it combines stabbing and slashing together in that motion. So as they're doing this, this is a slash and a stab combination. Okay, very efficient. Now, keep in mind that part of the reason why they're not making these big swinging motions is because there's a lot of strain on the joints. Okay, and same with the stab. When you stab like this, and imagine the guy moves out of the way and strikes your weapon, like to parry it, and you're extended out like this, you're gonna feel it on your body. Okay, so it's rough on the body to use those techniques. So that's kind of like reserved more for younger people. Okay, so I'm not telling you that this motion is better, but I want you to keep in mind that later on, you may be utilizing more and more of those, okay? But for right now, you should, as much as you can, do the big motions, and don't worry, as you get better, it'll become more and more efficient. Do the big motions, get those down, okay? And it'll train your body, it'll toughen your body, and you know, like I said, you will learn good body mechanics from that, and then later on, you could start to become way, way more efficient. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, boom, 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 boom. So you don't have to go boom, 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 bam. You don't have to make these huge motions later on. So anyway, some things to think about so you kind of understand the timeline of your training. And that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.